Every river tells a story, not just of water, but of ambition. It starts as a whisper in the mountains, snow melting into trickles that grow into veins of motion slicing through stone. That whisper becomes a roar, a living current that feeds forests, floods plains, and gives birth to civilizations. The rivers of North America don't just carry fish, they carry legends. From the ice-cold Yukon and Mackenzie, to the mighty Mississippi and the twisting Colorado, to the murky bayous of the South where humidity feels alive, every stretch of water hides a world of struggle, and beneath that shimmering surface lies the purest version of nature's truth: eat or be eaten. Every scale, claw, and tooth in this ecosystem evolved for one reason: to win the river. Because here, the water never stops moving. If you can't adapt, you drown. If you hesitate, you vanish. The river is the original entrepreneur, always in motion, always creating new paths. And the predators that survive within it, they're not the biggest, they're not even the fastest. They're the ones who master timing, patience, positioning, precision. That's the currency down here. You don't get second chances when your next breath depends on the tide. Welcome to Preda Planet, where we dive beneath the calm surface and meet the monsters that made the current their kingdom. The alligator gar, the ancient assassin. You're staring at a relic that never got the memo evolution moved on. The alligator gar is one of the oldest species still swimming. Over 100 million years of perfect design, 6 feet long, 2 rows of teeth, armor so strong native tribes once used their scales as arrowheads. It doesn't chase prey, it waits, still, unblinking, camouflaged in the murk until something unlucky crosses its path. Then the jaws snap, quick as lightning, final as thunder. Everything goes quiet again. What makes the gar so terrifying isn't just its bite, it's its confidence. It doesn't need to change. It doesn't need to prove itself. It simply exists because perfection doesn't rush. Rule number 21. Patience is a predator's sharpest tooth. If you're building anything, a dream, a business, a future, remember the gar. You don't have to thrash. You just have to strike once with precision. 2. The American alligator, the silent empire, 8 million years. That's how long the American alligator has ruled the rivers and swamps of the South. When dinosaurs disappeared, the gator stayed. Proof that patience beats panic every time. It glides like a shadow through still water, eyes above the surface, body invisible beneath it. It hunts deer, birds, turtles, even other alligators. And it does it all with strategy, not noise. A ripple means opportunity. A pause means death. Every movement is deliberate. Every kill is earned. When the alligator strikes, it drags its victim under, not out of cruelty, but efficiency. It knows the river itself will finish what it started. That's not brutality, that's partnership with nature. Real predators know how to make the environment work for them. 3. The river otter, the snapping turtle, the river's patience. Deep under the mud, half buried like a secret, lies the snapping turtle. It can live for more than a century, outlasting storms, droughts, even pollution. Its shell carries the scars of time, scratches from otters, teeth marks from gators, even knife cuts from human encounters. But the turtle endures, because endurance is intelligence. It waits motionless, mouth slightly open, tongue twitching like a worm. The fish come closer, curious. Then, snap. Instant silence. Its bite delivers more than 1,000 pounds of pressure per square inch. Enough to break bone. Enough to remind the river that ancient patience still wins modern wars. Rule number 24. Stillness is strategy. You don't have to be fast when everything else eventually comes to you. And that's the rhythm of the river. Relentless motion above, infinite patience below. The perfect balance between chaos and calm. Every predator we've seen so far, the gar, the gator, the otter, and the turtle, mastered one law of nature that too many humans ignore: control the flow or get swept away by it. And that law doesn't just apply to survival, it applies to finance too. Because chaos doesn't only live in water, it lives in our spending, our credit, our impulses. The people who stay calm and track the current, they're the ones who reach the ocean. That's where smart credit comes in. Think of it as your digital river guide. It tracks every current in your financial life, every surge, every dip, every predator hiding in the fine print. So while others drown in overdrafts, you glide toward your goals. Rule number 25. Protect your flow before you chase the flood. Click the link below, check your score, and swim smarter, because even the most dangerous river looks peaceful right before it pulls you under. The current of predators. The deeper you go, the darker it gets. Light disappears, pressure builds, and what's left isn't chaos and it's calculation. Because down here in the veins of North America's rivers, every predator has adapted to one thing: unpredictability. The surface might look peaceful, hungry, and every ripple could be your last warning. Let's meet the assassins who rule the mid-depths, the creatures built for stealth, precision, and pure power. 5. The Northern Pike. The river's missile. Lean, long, and lightning fast, the Northern Pike is what happens when evolution decides to make a torpedo with teeth. This predator is armed with razor-sharp fangs and an ambush style that defines the word instant. It doesn't chase prey, it erupts toward it. From a standstill, a pike can lunge several body lengths in less than a second, hitting speeds of 30 miles per hour, underwater. Its favorite prey? Everything that moves. Fish, frogs, small birds, even other pike. Cannibalism isn't taboo in this ecosystem. In fact, it's a strategy. The biggest survive, the rest become fuel. The pike's nickname among locals? The water wolf. And that's accurate, because it hunts like one. Rule number 26. If you want to lead the pack, master the ambush. The bull shark, the boundary breaker. Now we leave the freshwater locals and meet a global legend that doesn't respect lines, the bull shark. You might have heard of them haunting beaches, but here's the plot twist. They can swim up rivers. Bull sharks have been found 1,000 miles inland, from the Gulf of Mexico all the way up the Mississippi River. They thrive in both salt and fresh water, thanks to kidneys that can adjust salinity like a chemical lab on autopilot. In other words, they can invade anywhere. Rule number 28, adaptability beats strength. Bull sharks are territorial, aggressive, and unpredictable. They've attacked more humans than great whites and tigers combined. Yet somehow they blend in completely with their surroundings. You could be knee-deep in murky river water right now and not know one 6 feet away watching. They prove the ultimate law of nature. Boundaries are suggestions, not barriers. If you want to dominate in any environment, you can't wait for permission. By now, we've met the river's tactical team, the ambushers, the brawlers, and the ghosts. But the deeper we go, the rules start to change. The current grows stronger, the oxygen drops, and only the most adaptable creatures can survive where the light dies completely. Coming up next, in the black zone of the river, are the monsters that don't just live in the dark, they thrive in it. Creatures so specialized that they've turned invisibility, pressure, and chaos into art. Because here's the real truth about predators. The deeper they go, the fewer they need to compete with. And that's exactly where we're headed next. Depth Kings beneath the current lies a world that doesn't care about the rules of the surface. There's no sunlight, no color, no comfort, only pressure, darkness, and hunger. And yet, somehow, it's beautiful. Because in this kind of chaos, only the most adaptable, most ruthless, and most perfectly engineered predators survive. The deeper you go, the more the water feels alive. Every vibration means movement, every sound could be danger. And here, in the silent trenches of North America's rivers, live the kings of the deep, the beasts that define dominance without ever needing to be seen. The giant catfish. The river titan. Every culture that lives near a river has a story about a fish that could swallow a man whole. In North America, that legend is real. The blue catfish. It's the largest freshwater fish on the continent, stretching over 6 feet long, weighing up to 150 pounds, and armed with whiskers that can detect movement in total darkness. It moves like a ghost, but hits like a truck. There are real stories of divers brushing against something massive underwater, and realizing it wasn't a log, it was breathing. The giant catfish doesn't need speed, it uses stealth. It positions itself perfectly in the current, waiting for a fish, bird, or even a small mammal to drift close enough, then inhales with a force like a vacuum. It's not glamorous, it's not flashy, it's effective. Rule number 31, consistency outlasts charisma. That's how you rule the deep, by showing up every day, every tide, every flood. 11. The muskie, the freshwater apex known as the fish of 10,000 casts. The muskellunge, or muskie, is the river's true apex predator. It doesn't just survive the current, it owns it. Muskies are sleek, powerful, and fearless. They eat pike, ducklings, squirrels, and sometimes small dogs that wander too close to the edge. That's right, man's best friend can become river food in seconds. But the muskie isn't just another predator, it's an artist of violence. It stalks prey with slow, deliberate moves, often shadowing them for hours before striking. And when it does, it launches like a torpedo, snapping its jaws around the target and thrashing violently until nothing moves. What makes it even more terrifying? They hunt in pairs. You might catch one on camera, but the other one's already behind you. Rule number 32. The most dangerous forces are the ones that work in silence and pairs. It's no wonder the muskie is both feared and worshipped by anglers. Catching one feels like winning a duel, but losing one feels like meeting your reflection in the food chain. 12. The human predator, the ultimate disruptor. You didn't think we'd get through this list without addressing the most unpredictable creature in every ecosystem, did you? The human. No predator has changed the flow of the rivers more than us. We build dams, reroute currents, dump toxins, and remove species faster than nature can replace them. But humans also restore, rebuild, and protect. We're chaos and creation in one breath. We've driven river predators to extinction, and we've saved them from it. That paradox is what makes us powerful and dangerous. Rule number 33. Power without purpose. It's vast, complex, and unpredictable, filled with beauty that can bite back at any moment. And that's the essence of Preda Planet. We're not here to judge nature. We're here to understand what it teaches us. That dominance without discipline collapses, and that every current, no matter how chaotic, always finds its way back to the sea. So hit subscribe, stay curious, and remember, the current doesn't stop for anyone. You either swim with purpose or you sink with excuses. Up next on Preda Planet, we rise back to the surface for a full circle look at the ecosystems that shaped the greatest predators in North America, from river to mountain, desert to sky. Because every apex, every survivor, every creature that hunts is part of the same story, the story of life and the art of survival. The reign of the river. The river never stops moving. It doesn't rest. It doesn't ask permission, it simply flows. And in that flow lies the most powerful truth in all of nature. Everything that survives must move forward. From the cold mountain streams of Alaska to the warm bayous of Louisiana, from the Mississippi's raging heart to the Colorado's silent canyons, these rivers have forged empires of predators, each one different, each one deadly, but all ruled by the same law: adapt or disappear. We've seen monsters of muscle, hunters of patience, assassins of stealth. But beneath all the blood and bone, there's balance. The river doesn't choose favorites, it gives and it takes. That's the rhythm that built this continent. And it's the rhythm that built every predator that calls it home. The chain of survival, the alligator gar, the ancient assassin, the bull shark, the line crosser, the otter, the playful professional, the sturgeon, the emperor of endurance, and the catfish, the unshakable titan. They're more than creatures. Their teachers learned the same thing. Survival isn't about chaos, it's about control. And that's the same truth that applies to us. Because while these predators battle floods, currents, and hunger, we battle a different kind of current: financial chaos. Imagine if every time the river rose, the gator panicked. If the otter forgot how to swim. If the catfish stopped paying attention to the current. They'd all be gone. Because nature doesn't forgive disorganization, and neither does life. That's why tools like Smart Credit matter. It's not just another credit app, it's your financial ecosystem monitor. It shows you where your current is strongest, where it's slowing, and what's silently pulling you under. Late payments, hidden accounts, score drops. Smart Credit surfaces it all before it becomes a problem. Rule number 34, protect your flow before you chase the flood. So before you dive deeper into the next hunt, take a second and stabilize your foundation. Click the link in the description, check your credit score, and start tracking your financial current. Because once you understand the flow, you can master it in money and nature and life. That's the Smart Credit way. And that's how every predator stays alive. Not by luck, but by awareness. The circle of power. The river isn't just a home. It's a training ground. The gar teaches patience, the bull shark teaches ambition, the otter teaches creativity, the turtle teaches stillness, and the current teaches us all the same lesson. Keep moving or get swept away. Every predator has its season, every hunter has its cycle, but the river, it never ends. It's always creating, always reshaping, always carving a new path through time and stone. That's the spirit of Preda Planet. We study the most dangerous animals, not just to marvel at them, but to learn from them, because nature doesn't lecture, it demonstrates. And right now, it's showing us something profound. You don't have to be the biggest to win. You don't have to roar to be powerful. You just have to move forward every single day, with purpose. The Call of the Wild. So if this journey through North America's deadliest rivers taught you something, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment below, and tell us which predator spoke to you the most. Was it the stealth of the gar, the confidence of the gator, the fearlessness of the bull shark? Or maybe it was the discipline of the turtle wading in the mud, mastering stillness. Share your thoughts, because the more we learn from nature, the stronger we become in our own world. And this isn't the end. It's only the current's turn. The river doesn't end here. It flows into new frontiers. From the canyons to the coastlines, from freshwater to the open sea, the predator's power doesn't shout. It ripples. You can't hear it until it's already changed the world around it. That's what the river does. That's what every predator we've met does. And that's what we're going to keep doing. One video, one story, one creature at a time. This has been Preda Planet, where the wild survives and the curious never stop learning.